You ever go outside on a sunny day and you decide not to put a shirt on? You go out to your backyard or something, or I don't know, maybe your patio, and you get a few minutes of sun and you close your eyes and you just breathe. I'm about to go to the gym. It's pretty much one of my only passions left at this point. I got some social gathering I'm gonna go to tonight. Oh, great, there's wasps out here. Yeah, well, I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's worthwhile. And I got no reason to think it's going to be bad. Not really. I went to church yesterday. I haven't gone to church in a while of my own volition, so that's something, right? But the entire time I was in church, I just felt empty. I felt like just a shell of a person, a specter, a ghost, just observing the people around me like I wasn't even there, you know? It was a big church, admittedly, and that was like the second time I'd ever gone to this church in particular, you know? And I'm sure I've got some doctrinal differences, and I'm sure I've got some political differences, and I'm sure about a lot of things, you know? But I'm willing to look past almost all of that to have a group of people that I can belong to. Because I have so much time on my hands. You know, it's like you do your daily tasks, and when you remove all the distractions, those tasks get done instantly. And you can only go to the gym so many times a week. You know, the reason people go out to dinner isn't because they're too lazy to cook their own food. It's to be around other people. The reason I do anything is primarily premeditated on being around other guys and gals, human beings, and just having that basic social interaction. It's a necessity. And society took that away from us and turned it into a subscription service. And it's pretty damn depressing. I still can't fathom the fact that the life I'm living right now is my reality. You know, like if I did all the things that you're supposed to do, quote unquote, to be successful at life. You know, I started out with a real job, you know, that could have been a career, and if not a career, it leaves you with a good resume. I was frugal with my spending. I saved a bunch of money. I still have money, to be honest. Like, not a ridiculous amount, but the fact is, you know, in contrast to my age, my lack of debt, it's good. I've done all these things, and I feel fucking empty. I feel completely and utterly isolated every single day. And I got my family, and I am glad I have them, because if I didn't, I'd be 10 times worse. But the truth is my family's not enough. You need more than your family. You need a village. You need daily social stimulus and interactions with other people. The same way you need daily meals. And you need something that has actual sustenance. You know, it can't just be going to a coffee store. It can't just be going to a gym and just being around people. Like, you need real and sustained interactions. I need real and sustained interactions. And I just... it's pay to play. You know, I mean, I bet you a big reason people go to college isn't just because they were told to do it. It was so that they could be around other people. And they could have a sociable excuse to form bonds and relationships and friendships with them. Because, let me tell you something. You know, socially, if I go to a... sorry, I keep dropping my damn phone. If I go to a college, as I am right now, you know, I could be considered loitering because I'm not a student. Even though I'm the same age group, and I have probably a lot in common with the students of a college, all because I'm not a student. It's not allowed. And before you say, oh, well, screw them. Yeah, you say that until you get, you know, somebody calls the cops and they have you forcibly removed from the property. You know. Like, the reason people had an easier time socializing and making friendships when they were younger wasn't because they were somehow more social when they were younger, though that may be true. It was because they were all put into boxes with other people by others, and they were socializing with each other. They had no option but to socialize. It feels like I don't even have the opportunity. And I don't blame my parents for it. You know, I was homeschooled, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty empty. My parents think I should talk to a therapist or a counselor, and I think the only reason that would even help is because I'd be talking to another human being. Not because they'd be finding the underlying issues of my problems. I think I have those identified already. My underlying issues is that I have no real group to belong to. I'm a social outcast. Now, you wouldn't think that by looking at me. You know, appearances can be deceiving, but that's just the truth. Everything you want to do today, you have to pay. Everything you want to do today, you have to pay a certain admission to be included. And if you don't got the money, you're not going to be included. That's what life feels like to me. To me. I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm not saying that's all young people. But that's just how it feels. It's ironic. When I got home, I actually tried to make my own social group of people, you know. I didn't care about age. I didn't care about, you know, anything. I was just trying to come up with a group of guys and we could get it together once a week and just do something. Mostly physical fitness related, but it didn't always have to be. Sorry, I can't tell if it's a wasp or not when it's flying right next to my face. But my point still stands. It failed. You know, people, they're used to being a part of the system. Everyone's a part of the system until they're not. I guess I just feel like I'm not part of anything. My old church is gone. My old friends groups, they're all gone. I had recent contact with one person, you know, and it seems like we could catch up, and I intend to do that, but things seem pretty damn daunting. That's all.